Hello everyone, welcome to my first demo taken from my full Pranayama session. Today I'm going to demonstrate Bastrika Pranayama. First of all, I think it's important to name that Bastrika Pranayama can be done in many different sequences depending on your level of practice. Today we will practice a rather slow one to demonstrate it properly. We'll go in with 3 parts. So number 1, you start with an erect spine, breathing through the nostrils, inhaling steadily. First filling the lower part of the lungs, which is accomplished by bringing into play the diaphragm, which descending exerts a gentle pressure on the abdominal organs, pushing forward the front walls of the abdomen. Then, fill the middle part of the lungs, pushing out the rib cage, breastbones and chest. Then fill the higher portion of the lungs, protruding the upper chest, thus lifting the chest, including the upper 6 or 7 pairs of ribs. In the final movement, the lower part of the abdomen will be slightly drawn in, which movement gives the lungs a support and also helps to fill the highest part of the lungs. At first, this may appear to be in 3 distinct movements, however this is not the case. The inhalation is continuous, and the entire chest cavity from the lower diaphragm to the highest point of the chest in the region of the collarbone begin expanding with a uniform movement. Avoid a jerky series of inhalations and strive to attain a continuous steady action. Practice will soon overcome the tendency to divide the inhalation in 3 movements and will result in a uniform continuous breath. You will be able to complete this inhalation, I'm sure, in a couple of rounds after if you practice. The second part of this move is the retention of a few seconds of the breath. Like I told you, there's different sequences that will have different results. For this exercise, you can just inhale and keep 2 seconds and then exhale. Number 3, the third part, is to exhale. So in this exercise, you exhale as intensely as the inhale. You hold the chest in a firm position, draw the abdomen in a little and lift it upward slowly as the air leaves the lungs. When the air is entirely exhaled, relax the chest and abdomen. A little practice will render this part easy, and it will become almost automatically after that. It is seen that this method of breathing, all the parts of the respiratory apparatus is brought into action, and all parts of the lungs, including the most remote air cells, are exercised. The chest cavities is supposed to expand in all directions. You will find it quite a help to you if you will practice this breath before a large mirror, placing the hand slightly over the abdomen so that you may feel the movements. At the end of the inhalation, it is well to occasionally slightly elevate the shoulders, to raise the collarbone and allow the air to pass freely in the small upper lobe of the right lung, which place is sometimes the breathing place of some disease. At the beginning of the practice, you may have more or less trouble in acquiring this technique, but practice will make perfect. If you practice this exercise of Bastrika during the hot season, do 5 to 10 rounds of Shiktari or Shiktari Pranayam afterwards to cool the body. It is important to keep your awareness on the physical breath in this exercise and the physical movements of the abdomen, but also on the spiritual chakra of Manipura. Some precautions in doing this exercise, because it's very dynamic, it requires a large expenditure of physical energy, and so must be practiced in a relaxed manner. Avoid violent respiration, facial contortions, and excessive shaking of the body. A feeling of faintness, excessive perspiration, or vomiting indicates that the practice is unsuitable or being performed incorrectly. If any of these symptoms are experienced, you should seek advice of a competent teacher. This practice, if done properly, should purify the blood. However, if the stages are rushed and all the impurities are rejected from the body in a rush, this can cause exacerbated conditions caused by detoxification. A slow, conscientious approach to this practice is absolutely imperative. Bastrika is full, rapid breathing, hypoventilation can occur if the air is not fully expelled from the lungs on each exhalation. This is another indication that the technique is not being performed correctly. This being said, Bastrika should not be practiced by people with high blood pressure, heart disease, hernia, gastric ulcers, stroke, epilepsy, retinal problems, glaucoma, or vertigo. The elderly, those suffering from lung disease such as asthma and chronic bronchitis, should also avoid doing this, and people that are in the first trimester of pregnancy. So thanks for watching, and meet me at the second exercise of Kapalabhati, where I will demonstrate, again taken from the complete breathwork pranayam session that will be linked in the description below. Thanks for watching.